you purchased from the defendant a motor for $5,000, a transmission for $2,500,
Yes.
and ultimately a supercharger for $4,000.
Correct.
You also claim that the defendant made certain representations about the parts. What were they?
Well, it was supposed to be a fresh rebuild, and also the supercharger was supposed to be new.
No. When he came to my house, he seen the motor, brand new motor. It was a long block.
Right.
The motor is so clean you can eat off the motor. So he gave me the $5,000 for that motor. That motor is his. It's just still at my house. So he wanted a 350 transmission. I upgraded. I gave him a better transmission. I gave him a 400. That transmission is twice the value of what he paid for. As the transmission getting built, a month later, while I still got the motor he paid for, he come calling me, say, hey, Tex. They call me Tex.
Yeah.
I want a supercharger. I said, supercharger?
Oh, well, let me stop you right there. Is that what happened?
Yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty
Okay.
accurate depiction for
All
the
right,
most part.
continue then, Tex.
I said, a supercharger. I said, for you to run a supercharger, you can't run no supercharger with the parts that's in this motor. I got to tear all the parts out and put new parts in this motor to run a supercharger.
When you came to that point, you told the plaintiff that this was going to cost additional money,
Yes.
approximately $10,000.
$10,000.
Is that correct, Mr. Anderson?
He didn't tell me it was going to be an extra anything for the additional parts. I knew about the additional supercharger. That was fine.
Right.
But what I did understand, everything was supposed to be new.
Judge Tawalda?
Was there a type of motor, Mr. Dixon, that Mr. Anderson could have gotten to work with the supercharger?
When he first got his motor, he should have said he wanted a motor. He needed his motor wanted to be a supercharger motor.
Right. So you needed to break the motor down, and that was going to require new rods, pistons, and other parts. And you told him this.
Yes.
Is that true?
That is not true.
Okay.
He didn't explain about the additional cost. I did bring video of a certified mechanic looking at the motor and the supercharger and giving his expertise if it was new, rebuilt, or whatever.
Let's watch.
It was supposed to be a fresh rebuild, right?
Right, it was supposed to be a fresh rebuild.
They said they ran it on the dyno, but the thing is, like, this looks like it was just pulled out of a vehicle. No oil pan, no valve covers, no distributor. You didn't get any of those parts,
Nope,
right?
nothing.
See inside here on the rotors,
Is that the supercharger?
And the metal shavings inside there.
there's a little bit of metal shaving.
Right, and as I explained to him before, you had made the call to the manufacturer, found out it was a discontinued model.
Yeah, they said they no longer even produce this, right?
Right, so it couldn't be brand new.
Who knows?
Mr. Dixon, was the supercharger new?
Yes, it was. And I told him I dyno everything. And
What does that mean?
A dyno, I'm putting the motor on the machine. Now I'm finna run this motor fast as I can for so long to see how much power and see what it can do. That's like if you get in your car, you crank it up and you just nail it fast as it can go from here to the 710 freeway.
It is your testimony that everything that he paid for, the motor, the transmission, and the supercharger were all brand new.
Yes, and he, in the text message, when we first started texting, he said he would eat the cost of the motor. Why would he say that if it was bad?
Officer Montano, can you grab that for me, please? Thank you. When did you purchase the supercharger?
I had got that supercharger from the Long Beach swap meet. I get a lot of car parts from swap meet. Sometimes you can't go to a high performance place to get it because they back order. You'll be waiting so long.
What did you think of the comments made in that video?
You can get somebody to say stuff. Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't.
So you don't think he was being honest?
No.
So when he was saying,
And then
here's the wear...
he didn't let
Hold
him
on.
know.
In the video, he was saying the motor wasn't new, here's the wear and tear, here are the metal shavings. None of that was true.
He didn't let the man know that he dynoed this.
Okay.
It's a high performance. If we had a stock motor, we wouldn't be going through all this. He trying to go fast.